Hey everybody, how's it going? Let's take a look at Echidna, which is the 5-star limited quest for this series. Again, as a plaid player, it's kind of weird to see Echidna not a fire type. Kind of said she doesn't have a delay strike shot. That's a different story. The main gimmicks here are damage wall and I guess wind, but maybe not that important. Why wind is important? Because as you saw, the normal drones here, they indicate the region where the explosive blast will happen. Like if you remember from Yomi, um, there's a specified region where it'll just explode anybody in there. So that leaf minion there, he will bring everybody into that region. And the spiky number on the mini boss, which I just took out, that's going to indicate when that explosive blast happens. So you're going to want to try and take out that. Well, let's introduce a party. We got Freya here that has flight, drone breaker, and null damage wall. If you break the drones, of course, damage walls won't come up, so that's one positive thing. We got the Minotaur, which is part of the new series as well. He is a Slayer for Echidna and also has null damage wall on him, so he is super useful in this stage. So if you haven't done his quest yet, you might want to look into getting him at the very least. Third slot, we've got Hanuman, who has the Slayer L for Echidna, and then Antares, I believe, was the weak point Slayer along with damage wall. So damage wall is probably what you want. You don't really need it. If you have a bunch of drone breakers, you can take out you can focus taking out the elemental drones on the bottom for this stage. That will help you mitigate damage, of course. The damage wall does a decent amount of damage, so you don't want to hit it too often. Also note that taking out the colored, the neutral drones, the silver ones, it won't prevent the explosive blast from happening. I thought that would happen the very first time, but that wasn't the case. It'll still come down, so it actually makes it a little bit harder to figure out where that region is going to be. But also by taking out the drones, you give yourself space to run around. Not that big, but 8,000 damage. I mean, that is a good amount of damage percentage-wise for a 5-star limited team. So, and of course, it gets even stronger after each explosive turn. So, don't forget that's what the spiky number does. For every instance of it occurring, it just does a little bit more damage each time. Alright, we get a little bonus turtle stage, so that's fine with me. I didn't get it in one turn, which is a little unfortunate, but that's alright, we're off to the boss stage. Alright, so we've got a bunch of those laser mech birds. Gonna take them out real quick. They are ready for pinching there, so luckily Freya was in a prime position for that. Then we're gonna have our Minotaur do some, try to do some extra damage between Echidna and the wall. Didn't happen like that, but oh, there you go. You can just see the power of Hanuman there with his was it Mafuji? That Demon's Bane, I think? Maybe it was just Demon Slayer, but having that L, definitely a good amount of damage output. And the next turn, that leaf dude is going to start bringing everybody in there, but oh, got a nice, probably a good regular bounce there to go sideways in between Echidna and that monster. So now everybody's free to move around. And yeah, I mean, as for your team making, trying to find monsters that have the Slayers for Echidna is probably the best way to make this go faster. Damage wall is somewhat avoidable. If you have both of them up, there is a chance that they will occur in a L formation, so that is of course not ideal. But if you have a drone breaker, just taking out one of those drones will save you from that. So that's why I brought Freya. Just to help Hanuman a little bit. Of course, I didn't actually get any of those drones that turn, but oh, here we go. See, there is that chance of an L formation. Hanuman a little bit scared, but luckily he got in there. And we're able to move on to the next stage. Well, once we clear out that leaf dude. But yeah, if you have no wind, I mean, it might be helpful, but I wouldn't prioritize that at all. As long as you focus down taking down that minion early, or you see that you have the opportunity to kill the boss early, you just want to find a way to avoid that explosive blast attack. Final gauge, that region for the the blast is pretty big, so unless you can tuck yourself to the left side of Echidna, do make sure you take out that leaf monster. Hanuman puts down a lightning attack for all monsters hit. Awesome. Of course, since the Slayer is on the main, the strike shot should be taking advantage of that Slayer ability. Enter speed up. And another lucky irregular bounce. So yeah, there you go. Get some... I mean, Antares, Freya, and Hanuman, if you've done enough Hatcher pulls, you probably have them in your box. Hopefully you haven't sold them. You shouldn't be selling any of those 4 or 5 star Hatcher monsters because of these reasons, these quests kind of regions. And of course, unsurprisingly, the new 4 or 5 star quest monster Minotaur comes in super handy for this stage. So yeah, that is it for today. Look forward to Oceanus, which should be coming tomorrow. So until then, bye bye.